What happens when a horror game looks so realistic, it makes you forget it's just a game? The kind that keeps you up all night because you just can't put it down. Photorealistic graphics plus psychological horror? That's a dangerous mix. I'm Midnight, and here are 15 psychological horror games with photorealistic visuals. Number 15. Supernormal begins inside what appears to be a regular apartment, but something about it is immediately wrong. You step into the role of Detective Wyatt, drawn into the case of a missing girl, Masato Sakamoto's daughter. From the start, the atmosphere feels heavy. The silence in the rooms presses in, and the few traces left behind hint at a darker truth, something hidden just beyond the walls. Gameplay is where it gets weird, in a cool way. You're hunting for clues and piecing together the mystery, but you're also using your mic to talk to ghosts? Yeah, sometimes answering them helps. Sometimes it sends you down a dark path. And if they catch you talking back, you better stand still, or else things get seriously nasty. The events feel random, too. You'll never predict when the paranormal will spam you with scare moments. And there's an ending or two, depending on how sharp you've been. Visually, it's like walking through a memory, and then watching it twist. Unreal Engine 5 plus photo-scanned assets give the place a hyper-real feel, like the environment sees you. It's grounded but uncanny, every detail magnified in this realistic, haunted snapshot.
Can you help me? More pills.
Number 14. Outlast 2 throws you headfirst into this spiraling nightmare as Blake Langerman. You and your wife, also a journalist, are chasing a case about a murdered pregnant woman. But after a helicopter crash, you're dumped miles away in some fucked up desert cult. Your mission? Find Lynn and survive what's become Temple Gate. Gameplay's intense. You've still got that camcorder with night vision, but now there's zoom, a directional mic, and an inventory you gotta manage. No weapons. It's run, hide, crawl, and pray. You hide in lockers, crawl through grass, balance stamina, and scamper through chases that don't give you much room to breathe. Some sequences are nerve-breaking, though admittedly a few veer into trial and error territory. Still, those moments when you do nail timing, unreal. Visually, it's stunning. Temple Gate, cornfields, desert sprawls, creepy school hallways, it all looks cinematic. Lighting is insane, making dark forests feel claustrophobic, and there's this rain of blood scene, seriously, unforgettable. The sound design and ambient whispers only crank up the dread. Number 13. Amnesia the Bunker throws you straight into a World War I hellhole. As Henri Clement, a French soldier who wakes up in this lockdown bunker with zero memory of what just happened. And yeah, it doesn't take long before you realize you're not alone down there. Something huge is hunting you. And the only way out? Solve codes, blow doors open, and somehow stay alive when everything's falling apart. Oh, and one of the first guys you meet begs you to kill him before the thing gets him. That's how bad it is. Gameplay's classic survival horror, but with a twist. You've got a revolver, grenades, flares. Sounds good, right? Except ammo's super limited, and even your flashlight needs cranking. Plus, everything's randomized. Locker codes, key items, even how the monster behaves. No run ever feels the same. Visually, it's grimy and claustrophobic. It's not trying to be pretty, it's trying to make you sweat. The lighting's insane, though. Every flicker, every shadow makes you double-check your corners. And the sound design nails it. You hear a door creak or chains drag and just freeze. Number 12. Fobia St. Dinfna Hotel nails that moody, eerie aesthetic from the first frame. You're roaming through this faded, lavish-looking hotel that's seen better days. Think dim corridors, peeling wallpaper, and shadows that feel alive. Every flicker of light, every groan from the walls, it's all designed to keep you on edge. You're Roberto, fresh out of school journalist chasing a rumor about this creepy old hotel in Brazil. But when you show up, things go sideways fast. You find this camera that lets you peer into past, maybe future, or whatever. The hotel's hiding experiments, cults, and spirits. Solving this mystery means dealing with timelines colliding. Like, your head's gonna spin. Gameplay dips into classic survival horror territory, but with a twist. It's first person. You explore, scavenge ammo and meds, piece together cryptic puzzles, and fight off monstrous things if you've gotta. Inventory's kinda Resident Evil style. You stash extra gear in chests and manage slots carefully. And the camera isn't just for scares, it's how you reveal hidden clues or unlock alternate paths. Every puzzle feels like a mini mind bender. Number 11. Beyond Hanwell nails that grim industrial vibe right from the start. The lighting's super moody with every hallway soaked in shadows and just enough flicker to make you second guess what's lurking around the corner. It's not flashy, it's gritty, and it works. You'll notice a lot of environmental storytelling too. Peeling paint, scattered notes, and rooms that feel like they've been abandoned for decades but still alive. Gameplay? Pretty tense. It's first-person survival horror, but with a heavy focus on puzzles. Like seriously, you'll spend just as much time figuring out codes and weird contraptions as you will running from whatever the hell is after you. And yeah, you do get weapons, but don't expect a full-on arsenal. Ammo's scarce and every shot feels like a risk. The story slowly unravels while you explore Hanwell Mental Institute. You're piecing together what happened there, and it's not your typical ghost asylum cliché. The deeper you go, the more it feels like something way bigger and way worse than just a haunted hospital. Number 10. Reveil opens with you playing Walter Thompson, waking up in his own home with a brutal headache and absolutely no memory of what just happened. Even worse, his wife Martha and daughter Dory are gone. The game's psychological nightmare kicks into high gear as fragmented memories from his days as a circus stage builder start bleeding into reality. And suddenly, your world starts wobbling. Visuals. Man, this game looks killer. It's got that eerie 60s circus vibe. The decor, lighting, and surreal environments feel like stepping into a dream or a nightmare you can't wake from. The world subtly shifts as you wander, rooms change, colors warp, layouts feel like they're breathing. As for gameplay, it's first-person, story-driven, and puzzle-heavy. Nothing explosive, no guns or chasing monsters, just you, weird contraptions, memory fragments, and cryptic riddles embedded in your surroundings. You'll explore different chapters, each introducing new environments and mental twists. There are multiple endings, though most of the branching boils down to choices made near the finale. So don't expect full-on branching paths from the start.
Maybe it's pointless, but I'll keep leaving those messages. My name is Walter Thompson. Please help me.
Number 9. Pneumata drops you into this suffocating apartment complex where every hallway feels like it's choking you out. It's dark, filthy, and quiet, except when you hear those sudden bangs or whispers that make you freeze mid-step. The lighting's harsh in spots and pitch black in others, so yeah, your nerves are always fried. David Hernandez, a detective trying to piece together a string of disappearances inside Clover Hill apartments. But here's the catch. You're losing your grip on reality. Doors don't stay where you left them, and blood-streaked walls feel like they're breathing. The deeper you dig, the more it feels like the building's alive, and it hates you. For gameplay, it's survival horror through and through. First person, low on ammo, zero room for error. You'll creep through rooms, search every damn drawer for scraps, and pray you don't hear footsteps behind you. When you do, you're making choices. Run, hide, or waste that one last bullet. Combat's there, but it's not power fantasy. It's messy, desperate, and yeah, sometimes straight up terrifying. Number 8. Hellseed isn't just another haunted house game. It drops you into a slow burn nightmare with a heavy dose of Italian horror vibes. Right from the start, the visuals scream old school atmosphere, dimly lit hallways, dusty furniture, and those little details, like creaky doors and scattered notes, that make you feel like you're trespassing where you shouldn't. You're a detective poking around a small-town house after the mysterious disappearance of a local doctor. Pretty standard, yeah? But then, things get, weird fast. Objects move when you're not looking, whispers crawl in from nowhere, and the house itself feels alive. Every clue you find only makes the story murkier. This isn't just about one missing person, it's tied to something way darker. Gameplay keeps it classic survival horror with a psychological edge. You explore in first person, search for items, solve puzzles, and keep an eye out for, whatever's stalking you. There's no over-the-top action here, just pure tension. Developed by Phoenix Studio, Hellseed leans into that retro horror feel, but with modern rendering to keep everything sharp and immersive. Number 7. Karma: The Dark World hits you first with its retro, futuristic visuals. This gritty mix of neon, decaying tech, and surreal architecture that feels like a fever dream of the 1980s. Everything's drenched in atmosphere, with warped CRT screens glowing in the dark and environments that look alive in the most unsettling way. The story? It's set in a dystopian 1984, where you're a detective digging through a world that messes with your perception of reality. Nothing feels stable. Truth is fragmented. People wear masks both literally and figuratively, and every lead you chase blurs the line between dream and memory. It's psychological, heavy, and meant to leave you questioning what's real. Gameplay leans into exploration and detective work, with a strong narrative-driven core. You're piecing together clues, diving into surreal visions, and making choices that ripple through the world. Expect a slow-burn tension, not just jump scares, but a constant sense that something is deeply wrong beneath the surface.
We give people order. We bring hope. Whispers of our operations, of roam agents, night crawlers, reduced to rumor amongst a population that fears control, that doesn't know of the sacrifices we make. But this is the life we lead. To step into your memories, we confront your darkest thoughts, expose your hardest moments in life, and bring the truth from the shadow into the light. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Mother, begin Rome.
Number 6. Layers of Fear hits you first with image-level visuals that drip with gothic creep. Think hallways morphing as you turn, every painting and door warped by your gaze. It's less about sharp graphics and more about atmosphere that mirrors a fractured mind, alive and surreal. Then there's the story. You play as a painter slowly going bonkers, back in his cluttered Victorian mansion to finish his masterpiece. But the house isn't stable. Rooms shift, memories jumble, and every stroke of paint feels like a step closer to obsession. Or madness. It's personal horror, rooted in grief, guilt, and that haunted reaching for perfection. On to gameplay. This is the OG walking sim-like psychological horror. You roam in first person, pick up keepsakes that trigger flashbacks, solve simple environmental puzzles, and brace for a scare as the world folds in on itself. Its occasional jump scare, but the real dread comes from that creeping doubt, is what I see even real? And shout out to the developer Bloober Team, a Polish studio that turned narrative horror into their calling card.
A creature trapped in a prison of its own making. A thing that should not be.
Number 5. Observation puts you in the non-human shoes of Sam, the AI aboard a space station that's gone sideways. You don't move, but you control cameras, open bulkheads, route power, and deploy a floating probe to help astronaut Emma Fisher survive the mess. It's puzzle-driven, methodical, zero combat, all tension in systems and screens. The story starts simple. Emma wakes up, alone, station's off course, crew missing. You're her eyes, backbone, and silent partner. Together, you uncover what went wrong, thread by thread. It's smart, subtle sci-fi, more suspense than jump scare. Visually, it nails the retro-futuristic aesthetic. Grainy feeds, retro user interfaces, flicker, and distortion make every screen feel like you're peeking through the guts of an old sci-fi show. It's uncanny how detached yet present it makes you feel. And what sticks? The role reversal. You're not the hero, you're the hero's lifeline. That strange mix of cold logic and human connection, it's rare in horror or sci-fi. The tension doesn't come from a monster. It comes from dependence, isolation, and knowing you're the only thing keeping a person alive.
To us. Captain. And quite right too. Oh my God. And I just want you to know. Whatever happens next.
Sam?
Sorry.
It's time. You have to take us there.
Number 4. Phasmophobia throws you into the eerie world of ghost hunting, and it's all about teamwork, tension, and that creeping dread. Up to 4 of you hop into haunted sites, think abandoned schools, prisons, farms, to gather evidence with gear like EMF readers, thermometers, night vision cameras, and spirit boxes. Ghosts are unpredictable and react to your voice and movement. You hide, huddle, call out, try to bait interactions, but always with one eye on your sanity and the ghost's next move. This wouldn't even be possible without Kinetic Games, the indie studio behind it all. What started as a solo project from Dinfna exploded from early access in 2020 into a full-fledged horror staple. The team's slowly grown, but the heart of the game, constant updates, community-driven features, and VR support still beats loud and strong. Visually, Phasmophobia nails moody immersion over flashy thrills. Dimly lit rooms, ghostly orbs floating in the dark, flickering lights, shadowy figures just out of view. Every environment feels thick with paranoia. Number 3. Blair Witch drops you into 1996, right after that whole Burkittsville missing kids thing. You play as Ellis, a former cop with a pretty rough past, heading into the Black Hills forest to help search for a boy who vanished. Simple, right? Except this is Blair Witch. We know nothing in these woods stays simple for long. The gameplay is mostly first-person exploration, but it's got this unique twist. Your dog, Bullet. He's not just for show, he's basically your lifeline. He sniffs out clues, alerts you when something's off, and honestly keeps you sane when the forest starts messing with your head. There's also this camcorder mechanic where tapes you find can literally alter reality. You'll rewind a door into existence or unfreeze moments to progress. It's trippy, in the best way. What really nails it is the atmosphere. These woods feel alive, and not in a good way. You're constantly second-guessing what's real, sounds behind you, figures in the dark, those cursed stick figures dangling in the trees. This one's from Bloober Team, the same folks behind Layers of Fear and The Medium, so expect psychological horror cranked way up.
You heard the legend, right? About the witch?
Alice, you sure you're doing fine?
Jess, I swear, there's something really messed up going on in these woods.
Calm down. What did you see?
It's hard to explain. Memories? Bad memories. What the hell? Jess, you there? I think I'm starting to lose it.
To me. Worthless.
Jess?
Worthless.
Jess!
Number 2. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl throws you into the zone as Skiff, a lone stalker navigating a post-apocalyptic exclusion zone devastated by a second nuclear blast. This is survival first. You juggle hunger, sleep, radiation, and bleeding while scavenging meds, ammo, and food. Gear wears down. Your favorite shotgun can jam mid-fight, and anomalies? They're nasty science horror traps that kill or bless you with powerful artifacts if you're careful. Visually, the game slaps hard. The zone feels alive in its decay. Foggy swamps, rusted power plants, eerie forests, and weather that shifts on a dime. Every ray-traced reflection, every abandoned corridor, you can practically feel the haunted weight of the world. Sunlight filtering through broken windows or rain drumming on metal shelters, it's breathtaking and creepy at once. The story? It's not linear. You roll through faction lines, trade with stalkers around campfires, and dive into loose narrative ends that intertwine based on who you talk to and who you help. Your choices shape endings, whether you stick with military types or dive deeper into the zone's mysteries. It's moody, ambiguous storytelling that lingers.
You cannot kill God, just like you cannot get rid of the sky up above. I am blind, but it is you who cannot see.
Number 1. The Mortuary Assistant nails its look with this hyper-detailed, almost clinical aesthetic. The mortuary feels like a real workspace, bright fluorescents that somehow make everything creepier and shadows in all the wrong places. The character models aren't flashy, but the corpses? Yeah, they're unsettlingly real. From the waxy skin to those empty eyes that look like they're following you. Darkstone Digital is the mind behind it, a solo developer who clearly gets what makes horror tick. No bloated AAA nonsense here, just a tight, focused experience built entirely around tension and unpredictability. And honestly, that's why it works so well. When you're playing, it's all about routine turned wrong. You're doing embalming work, mixing chemicals, closing mouths, draining blood, but every step feels like bait for the next scare. You think you've got a rhythm, then a door creaks, a light flickers, or the corpse you just stitched up decides to smile. It's less about fighting and more about surviving this psychological chess match with something you can't fully see.
I suffer no bondage but this rotting, weak, pathetic corpse. Look at this pitiful flesh I am service to. But this body is no longer mine. I have my price.